Hey guys, Luna Morgan, and I'm actually making this video about fibromyalgia to kind of explain a bit about my disability, what it is, blah blah blah. Let's just address a couple of things first though. Firstly, my hair's a fucking mess. It's summer, it's really fucking hot right now. Don't judge me. Point 2, my room's a mess. Deal with it. And point 3, I will be vaping during this video because I'm a vapor and that's what I do. So, without further ado, let's get to the point. So, this is probably going to be a video that's going to be way too long. And if you make it to the end, then give yourself a pat on the back because you deserve it. But I know a lot of people are interested in what fibromyalgia is. There's a lot of stigma surrounding the illness, to be honest. People just assume all we do is sleep and yeah, we get pain, that's it. When in fact it's a hell of a lot more complex than that. There's so many symptoms that come with it that affects day-to-day life, and it makes the simplest things almost impossible to do. Some of the issues I have is, well, these are just some of them. I have bad memory loss, long-term and short-term. Chase wants attention, as usual. What was I saying? Yeah, memory loss. I stutter sometimes because I can't get the words out that I want to get out, which you'll notice more as the video goes on. So I apologise for that, but I don't because I can't fucking help it. I suffer from uncontrollable mood swings. Yes, uncontrollable. So when people go in a shitty mood with me when I'm feeling crap, it's not my fault. I actually cannot control it. And medications don't help with that for some reason. I don't know why. I am on antidepressants. Before anyone goes there, 150 milligrams of sertraline for the nosy people. So, yeah, I can't remember the previous thing. So I have depression, I have anxiety. I only ever really go out if I need to go to the doctors. In which case my sister's always with me anyway because she's my carer and because someone needs to push me in my wheelchair. Now, people see me in the street in a wheelchair, and for some reason they've got this weird thing in their head which makes no sense to me. They kind of look at me, how I dress, how I look, and they're like, she looks like that and she's in a wheelchair. There's fuck all wrong with her. Where's the connection there? I have art on my skin, I have metal in my face because I want it there. It's none of your business. If you've got questions, come up and ask. Stop with this fucking snobby arsehole comments and sly looks. Just don't. If you're curious, come up and ask me and I will happily tell you. Not a problem. I don't know if I look unapproachable. To some I probably do. But I'm really not. I am a nice person. Although I do swear like a sailor. I apologise for that, but I can't help it. That's just what I do. It's just me. What was I saying anyway? Yeah, the problems I have. So I have depression, anxiety, memory loss. I stutter. Obviously I have extreme pain, and it's not, you know, confined to one specific part of the body. I have pain everywhere. No word of a lie here, everywhere. So I can't stand for long, I can't walk very far. When I do stand up, it's for maybe a couple minutes. That's the best you're going to get, I'm afraid. The risks of me standing up too long or walking too far is either I will collapse due to pain and fatigue. My muscles go weak and wobbly, so I feel like I'm just made of jelly, which I mostly am, but you know. So simple things that, you know, healthy people take for granted. It's a pain in the ass, literally, pain in the ass to get up, to get out of bed, to go to the toilet for a piss. I have a wet room to shower in, which has a chair in it because I can't shower properly. And, you know, showering sat down. It's not that much fun. It's awkward to shave when you sat down, let me tell you that. Every single day is a struggle for me. I'm recording this on a good day, and I'm still stuttering. My memory's still bad. My back is killing me. My wrists are always in pain because of the fibro, and I also have tendonitis on top of that. You know, it's just, ooh, there's so much stigma that comes along with this illness that people really don't understand how hard it is. And I'm probably repeating myself, but I have no fucking clue what I said before, so my bad. You know, everything is a challenge. For people like me, I've just started again. For people like me, getting out of bed is an achievement. It's great. If you got out of bed, then fucking awesome. You managed it, well done. You know what I mean? And it's... Hold on, I need a vape. It's royalty-free music, YouTube. Don't take those down this video. Sorry about the cats in the background. They're probably very distracting. But yeah, I just want to kind of explain what things are, why we're like this. And another big problem I have is because I have so many cognitive problems. It's really hard or almost impossible for me to learn new things. And because of my memory loss, there's not a lot I do remember, because I suffer from short-term and long-term memory loss. So it's basically impossible for me to hold a job. I can't learn anything new. I can't remember anything. I can't stand for longer than a couple of minutes at a time on a good day. I'm always in pain. 5 minutes of moving my arms or whatever, and I am absolutely fucking knackered. And I can guarantee you, after I've made this video, I'm probably gonna lie down for an hour. But yeah, it's, people are like, oh, fibro, it's not that bad. You're overreacting or all this bullshit, and it's really, really not true. Fibromyalgia is a very, very real disability. People say, oh, it's not a disability. It fucking is. You spend one day in my body and tell me fibro is not a disability. Tell me that fibro is not a big deal. It can't be that hard to deal with. You're full of shit. Full of shit. So if anyone does have any questions, feel free to ask me. Don't judge. Don't take word from people who don't have fibromyalgia, because I haven't got a fucking clue. Another really big tip, do not ever try and give someone with fibro advice on how to deal with their illness unless you are a doctor, because you don't have a clue. Oh, you just need to exercise more. No. Oh, you need to sleep a little bit less. You're sleeping too much. No. Oh, you're just depressed and you need pills and then you'll be fine. No. Oh, you're just faking it. You just don't want to work. No. Do you know how much I miss working? I absolutely loved my job. I worked in a nightclub as a barmaid. And it's the best job I ever had, and I loved it. But I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't physically or mentally do it. you know, why would someone fake having an illness like this, to be stuck in the house 24/7, to have barely any friends, which I actually have one friend, one that actually comes to see me. I have online friends, of course, but in person, no fucker bothers with me apart from this one person. What was I saying? Yeah. I wake up in the morning feeling like there's no point. You know, every morning, try and imagine, you know, if you don't have depression, you won't understand, but imagine waking up every single day thinking, what's the point? I'm not going to achieve anything today. I'm not making a difference. There's nothing for me to do. Why? Why? Yeah, because that's a choice. That's how I want to spend every single day of my life. I'm getting emotional now, so I'm sorry. Fibromyalgia is very, very real. It's very, very hard. It's very misunderstood. And it just needs more understanding, because people are way too judgmental. I don't like people. I'm going to be fucking honest with you. I don't like people. Which is partly because of my anxiety and partly because of past experiences. People have treated me like shit. People have judged me. I've been bullied most of my life. For different reasons. My weight, my look, whatever, the way I talk. My bad, sorry. At the end of this video, you don't have to watch it, so you can kind of just stop it in a minute if you want, if you don't want to know. But at the end of the video, it's like 11 minutes of me explaining the different symptoms. It's just me reading a list of the symptoms that we suffer with, and it's a fucking long list. So if you actually do want to learn a bit more and be a bit more understanding, a bit more knowledgeable about fibromyalgia, about what we deal with, then please do watch it. You know, this video is only going to take up, I don't know, half hour of your life, and you're going to learn something from the experience. So, you know, I would be grateful if you did watch it and listen, whatever. If you don't, fine, your life, do what you want. But yeah, I just kind of want people to understand, and I'm repeating myself, aren't I? Sorry. So yeah, next part of the video will be the symptoms. So it's just going to be doing a voiceover. So, okay. Bye guys.
Abnormal sensitivity to hot or cold, allergies, canker sores, chills and or shakes when hungry, cold hands and feet, feeling hot or cold often, flu-like symptoms ongoing or recurrent after initial gradual or acute onset, includes mild fever, chills, extreme fatigue after minimal exertion, hair loss, increased susceptibility to infections, low-grade fevers, low blood pressure, low body temperature, lymph nodes painful, swollen, night sweats, not related to menopause or fever, reactive hypoglycemia and insulin resistance, thirst increased, temperature irregularities, often feeling hot or cold irrespective of actual ambient temperature and body temperature, cardiac abnormalities, coughs, heart attacks, heart palpitations, heart pounds so hard it shakes the body, pulse skips, serious rhythm disturbances of heart, sighing frequent, not related to mental emotional state, stroke, abnormal CIT, MRI and or SPECT scans, alcohol intolerance, brain fog, inability to think clearly, difficulty moving, tongue to speak, diminished or absent reflexes, faintings or blackouts, headaches, hearing fluctuations, hearing changes often from day to day, joint or arthritic pain not relieved by NSAIDs, IB, ibuprofen, libido decrease, light headaches or feeling spaced out, migraine headaches, muscle twitching, noise intolerance, paralysis or severe weakness of limbs, paresthesia in face, head, torso, extremities, photosensitivity, seizures or seizure-like episodes, sensory alterations, hyper or hypersensitivity, smell, taste, hearing, noise intolerance, severe muscle weakness, tinnitus, Touch or weight of clothing on or against body causes discomfort or pain. Tremors and trembling. Becoming lost in familiar locations. Difficulty with simple calculations. Difficulty expressing ideas in words. Difficulty moving your mouth to speak. Difficulty making decisions. Difficulty following directions while driving. Difficulty remembering names of objects. Difficulty remembering names of people. Recognising faces. Following simple written instructions. Following complicated written instructions. Following simple oral instructions. Following complicated... Oh, I've already read that one. My bad. Difficulty integrating information. Putting ideas together to form a complete picture or concept. Difficulty putting tasks or things in proper sequence. Difficulty paying attention. Following a conversation and background noise is present. Difficulty making and or retrieving memories. Long or short-term memory deficits. Don't have to say that right. Difficulty understanding what you read. Oh. Easily distracted during a task. Feeling too disoriented to drive. Forgetting how to do routine things. Forgetting the use of common objects, such as what to do with shampoo when you're standing in the shower. Forgetting how to get to familiar places. Impaired ability to concentrate. Losing your train of thought in the middle of a sentence. Losing track in the middle of a task. Poor judgment, switching left and right. Slowed and or slurred speech. Stuttering and stammering. Transposition, which is reversal of numbers, words and or letters when you speak. Word finding difficulty, or using the wrong word. Bloating, decreased appetite. Digestive chemicals reduced or absent. Esophageal reflux, heartburn. Frequent constipation, frequent diarrhea. Food cravings. Food or substance intolerance. IBS, liver function impairment, mild abnormalities, or increased appetite. Nausea, spleen tender or enlarged. Stomachache, cramps, vomiting, weight gain or weight loss. Equilibrium or perception problems. You bite your cheeks or tongue frequently, bump into things frequently, difficulty discriminating printed matter despite proper vision correction. Distances, difficulty judging when driving when putting things down on surfaces. Dizziness or vertigo, dropping things frequently. Balance problems, impaired coordination, loss of balance when standing with eyes closed. Perception, not quite seeing what you're looking at. Some patterns cause dizziness, spatial disorientation, staggering gait, which is clumsy walking. Words on printed page appear to jump off page or disappear when staring at them. Acuity changes not related to perception changes, blind spots, blurred vision, conjunctivitis, diminished visual acuity, I don't know what it says, in absence of actual vision change, drooping eyelid, double vision, eye pain, flashes of light perceived peripherally, optic neurosis or atrophy, prescription changes more frequently, pressure sensation behind eyes, red and or tearing eyes, retinal damage, slowed accommodation, spots or floaters not related to migraines, swelling around eyes, wandering or lazy eye. Bell's palsy, which is facial paralysis, one or both sides, grinding or clenching teeth, canker sores, dizziness when you turn your head or move, dry chronic cough, dry eyes, nose and mouth, pain in ears, palate, gums, periodontal disease, prickling pain along skin of jaw, problems swallowing, chewing, runny nose in absence of cold, allergies, sinus infections, sore spot on top of your head, joint syndromes, unexplained toothaches, dry mouth, this is knackering, arthritic pain that migrates from joint to joint, carpal tunnel syndrome, frozen shoulder, intermittent joint swelling, joint aches, joint pains without redness or swelling, loss of tone, lumpy or bumpy long muscles, morning stiffness, muscle aches, muscle pain, stiffness, weakness, reduced range of motion, stiff neck, writing that causes pain in hand, arm, shoulder. Abdominal pain, chest pain, generalised pain, joint pain, pain that migrates from joint to joint, pain, stiffness, painful tender points. Abrupt, unpredictable mood swings, which I've got to really put down, it's unpredictable, we cannot control them, mood swings. Anxiety or fear for no obvious reason, appetite increase or decrease, decreased self-esteem, depression or depressed mood, feeling helpless and or hopeless, feeling worthless, frequent crying for no reason, helpless or hopeless feelings, inability to enjoy previously enjoyed activities, irritability or overreaction, new phobias or irrational fears, panic attacks, personality changes, liable, irritable, anxious, confused, forgetful, etc. Phobias, rage attacks, anger outbursts for little or no reason, suicidal thoughts or suicide attempts. Acute or abnormal reactions to medications, alteration in taste, smell and or hearing, chemicals, alcohol medications, low tolerance for. Food sensitivities, increased perception of sensitivity to noise, light sensitivity, sensitivity to odours, noise sensitivities. Abnormal scarring, blotchy or mottled skin, bruise easily, bruises may take longer to appear and or longer to fade. Bullseye on light skin, dry or itchy skin, you easily scar, eczema or psoriasis, fragile nails, frequent skin irritations, nails that curve under or downward, overgrowing connective tissue, such as ingrown hair, adhesions, thickened, split cuticles, cysts or fibroids. Painful skin, paper skin, rashes on body or face, vertical ridges or beads in nails. Sleep symptoms, abnormal brain activity in stage 4 sleep, altered sleep or wake patterns, alert or energetic at night, sleepy during day, difficulty falling asleep, difficulty staying asleep, hypersomnia, which is excessive sleeping, which most of us do, unfortunately, restless leg syndrome, nightmares, which are frequent, extremely vivid and or disturbing, unrefreshing, non-restorative sleep. Reproductive, decreased libido, discharge from breast, endometriosis, I think I said that right, frequent urination, incontinence, impotence, cystitis, miscarriage or stillbirth, painful intercourse, painful urination or bladder, pelvic and or rectal pain, prostate pain, swollen testicles. Other symptoms worsen before start of menstruation, worsening of PMS. Abnormal or other changes in sweating, activity level reduced to less than 50% of pre-onset level. Burning sensation, internal or external, changed voice, changes in sweat odour, body odour, delayed reaction to overactivity or exertion, electromagnetic sensitivity, for example, electrical storms, full moon, affected function of electrical devices, fatigue, prolonged disabling made worse by exertion or stress, fibrocystic breasts, galloping cholesterol, hair loss not related to age, hormones, diet or medication, hands hurt excessively when put in cold water, handwriting changes, altering signature and or other writing, hoarseness, painful, weak grasp that gives way or lets go, periods of concentrated thinking causes physical and mental exhaustion, increases pain and sore throat. Abnormal sensitivity to hot or cold, allergies, canker sores, chills and or shakes when hungry, cold hands and feet, feeling hot or cold often, flu-like symptoms ongoing or recurrent after initial gradual or acute onset, includes mild fever, chills, extreme fatigue after minimal exertion, hair loss, increased susceptibility to infections, low-grade fevers, low blood pressure, low body temperature, lymph nodes painful, swollen, night sweats, not related to menopause or fever, reactive hypoglycemia and insulin resistance, thirst increased, temperature irregularities, often feeling hot or cold irrespective of actual ambient temperature and body temperature, cardiac abnormalities, coughs, heart attacks, heart